50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 578. Tonight is Sunday, August the 19th, 2025. Kid, it was a beautiful day out. 70. I don't know how much you were outside, but, man, it was actually really nice out.
Yeah, it was an amazing day, Dill. 70 degrees, sun was busting out. Patriots win again.
Yep.
We're doing good, Dill. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Kind of great episode. We'll recap everything Sunday related with the NFL, week 8 in college. Everyone was getting upset yesterday. We got a little postseason talk, Monday Night Football doubleheader. I'm tired of these doubleheaders.
And not for not shockingly, Dill, I had a great night in college.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. And then opening night for the NBA starts on Tuesday with a doubleheader. We got the Rockets and the Thunder, and then the Warriors and Lakers. Probably watched the first one.
Yeah, past my bedtime.
Yeah, I don't know if I watched the second one. But, kid, I do want to say before we start, I do want to send our condolences to Doug Martin and his family. Doug Martin unexpectedly passed away at the age of 36. An absolute legend. I mean, from Boise State to the Bucks. I know he played his last year with Oakland, but you know, he was a two-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro, All-Rookie of the Year. I mean, that rookie year in 2012 was phenomenal. I remember vividly watching the game against his hometown Oakland Raiders where he scored 4 touchdowns. I mean,
I had him in fantasy. Shout out Doug Martindale. He got me 52 fantasy points. They sent me to the playoffs. Ended up winning a Super Bowl. So shout out Doug Martin. RP to him and his family. It's a shame that he was, his life was cut short, Dill, because he had a short but good NFL career for the short stint. So rest in peace to him. Condolences go out to him and his family.
Yeah, so in 8 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. 7 years, he had 30 touchdowns, over 5,000 yards, and he averaged around 4.5 yards per carry. So not the best, but an absolute legend, and you never heard one bad thing about him. And at the end of the day, no one should die at the age of 36. So it's very unfortunate. So I did want to start there. Kid, usually I do go in chronological order, starting with the London game, but I called it. I'm going to start and just get it out of the way. This team doesn't deserve to be an NFL team at this point. I don't even they don't even deserve for me to even say their name. He has to be fired. Aaron Glenn has to be fired. I'm calling for it. You let the clock run out again in the first half? I mean, what I told you he was going to get benched. You didn't want to listen.
I didn't want to listen.
You were like, hey, I got faith in your Jets. That team is unbettable. Do you believe me now when I said this is an atrocity? This team is bad.
Do I believe you they're a bad team? Absolutely. Am I wrong for thinking the Jets had a shot to win today? I don't think so. The Panthers only showed up and scored 13 points.
Enough.
If I would have told you the Panthers would have scored 13 points today, you would have told me the Jets were most likely going to win that game.
No,
yes
no, because the Jets can't score a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Dill, the fact that the Jets looked so poorly last week, I expected some type of, I expected something to come out for them offensively. Defensively, I think I played well enough to win the game. 13 points shows you they played well enough to win the game. Offensively, though, did Justin Fields deserve to get benched? Absolutely. Did Tyrod Taylor do enough? No. Is Tyrod Taylor the answer moving forward? No.
No one is.
But does he give you a better opportunity to win games going forward? Possibly. So, tough loss for the New York Jets. Is the season over? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is Justin Fields, did he rob the New York Jets for 2 years and over $40
million guaranteed?
Looking like it. So, right now,
that's like the most legitimate heist I've ever seen.
No.
He stole $30 million.
What's my boy's name? Matt Ryan got, I think, over $80 million, and he sat the bench for the Seattle Seahawks.
But the difference is, and I agree, that's crazy. But what do you always say? One, it's the market, and two, he's at least made it to the Super Bowl and is a former MVP of the league. Justin Fields has never even sniffed a Pro Bowl. Big difference. We used to call him Matty Ice.
No, not Matt Ryan. Damn, what was his name? Remember the guy? I think it's Matt Ryan.
He's a legend, Matt Ryan.
No, not Matt Ryan. The guy that got signed, and then he got to Seattle, and then he got benched for Russell Wilson. Remember, he got a huge deal. Never played as a starter.
Oh, I don't know.
Damn, I forgot. Might not be Matt Ryan.
Someone was talking about how good Sauce was today. They're like, oh, he held McMillan to like 3 catches. Like the last 3 weeks, he's been really good. And?
Because the G-men are up.
Yeah, I know they scored, but they missed a point after, so a field goal wins the game.
31 seconds left.
It doesn't matter the last 3 weeks. This team is atrocious. They can't score the ball. They have yet to have an opening possession with a touchdown. This is not a serious team. They don't want to win. There's no adjustments being made at halftime. The quarterback position is atrocious. Offensive line is garbage. Breece Hall is good, but that's it. So it's like, it's terrible. Wow.
Do you think Breece Hall gets traded before the deadline, Dill? As 0-7 as a Jets
should.
fan. What do you think?
They should. They just completed a 40-yard pass. They are above midfield.
The Broncos?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, fuck the Giants, but damn.
Yeah, it's a hell of a game. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. They have no receivers, and it's unfortunate with Garrett Wilson because if he had a legitimate offensive line and quarterback, he would put up crazy numbers. He already puts up 1,000 yards per season. He's not going to do it this year, but I just feel bad, man. It's a sad state. They have to fire Aaron Glenn, and they have to let everyone go. Like an actual rebuild, not keep anyone, build it from the ground up. Like everybody knew, except Nick Folk, 2 for 2, only bright spot.
And Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson.
Yes, and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and Sauce. Come on now. So
yeah, and honestly, you know who I think might get traded, and I don't, but because I love him and we drafted him, Quinnen Williams. We'll actually get a first-round pick from him for him.
Yeah. He's honestly a top 10 as his position, no doubt.
Yeah,
about
but
it, so.
It goes unnoticed of how bad the defense is, kids. So it's 0-7. I'm on Tankathon. We got the number 1 pick, so at least I got that.
One bright side.
Yeah. So, I mean, my Lockett, they're an unbettable team. From now on, will you continue to fade them for me, please? They're that bad.
They're due for a win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow. You know who's not due for a win? Jacksonville. I mean, talk about bad offense. Outside of
I
Travis
have no
Hunter.
comment. I have no comment for this game, though. Shout out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna start it off. The Rams looked improved. They are Super Bowl contenders still. They looked great without Puka Nacua. The fact that he was able to show up, I'm gonna say in hostile environment, because we all know Jacksonville, that was more towards a home game for Jacksonville, and scored at one point it was 30-0 or 28-0. 28 unanswered without your number 1 wide receiver. Carroll Williams didn't really have that much good of a game. It was all Matthew Stafford and a defensive presence by the Los Angeles Rams.
And they got there last night.
Yeah, they landed last night at 8:30 p.m. So, to be honest, I think we both like Jacksonville, Dill, but they might be pretenders. And the Rams they are contenders.
Brian Thomas, they couldn't get him going. They couldn't get the run game going. Right now, 39-yard field goal attempt to win the game for the Broncos. The snap is up. The kick is good. 33-32 in a shootout. Denver wins. Wow. Jackson Dart is in disbelief. That made me happy. But yeah, like they just couldn't run the ball. Shout out Travis Hunter. He had himself first career touchdown in the NFL. He's going to keep that ball. But if you didn't believe Matthew Stafford was a Hall of Famer today,
you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, Matthew Stafford. But 21 for 33 in a raining game in London, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks. They didn't, like you mentioned, they didn't really have a run game, and they weren't really throwing the ball all that well. Shout out Devontae Adams. He had a triple-double, like with 3 touchdowns. So they did everything they needed to do. It was a business trip. They took care of business. I might be out on Jacksonville right now. They didn't look the best, kid.
Yeah, honestly, I know the Raiders put up 0, but I'm going to be honest. I think Jacksonville was honestly the most disappointing performance of Sunday so far, thus far.
We just talked about the Jets.
Yeah, but
they didn't score a touchdown.
Jacksonville scored 1 late. The game was already over.
But they had a guy go for over 100.
All right. Did you expect the Jets to lose today? Yes or no?
Yes, Carolina was my lock.
Did you expect Jacksonville to lose today?
No, they were my dog.
They answer your question. There you go.
But I did think in my power rankings, going back to last episode, I did think the Rams were a better team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Dale. But let's just be honest. We it's not like we expected the Jets to go out there and explode today. I expected Jacksonville at least to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I took them +3. You took them as your dog.
Yeah.
So clearly we had some faith in Jacksonville Jaguars that we didn't have in the Jets.
And honestly, the defense kind of settled in the second half, and then it just
the defense in the second half didn't play awful. It's just Trevor Lawrence constantly overthrowing the ball.
Yeah,
turnovers. Yeah.
There's just so many bad throws from Trevor Lawrence. Are you out on him?
No, I'm honestly a fan of Trevor Lawrence. I think it was just a bad day, but overall, it was a horrible performance. It's honestly the worst performance from Jacksonville all season long. So, am I going to hold their feet to the fire over it? No, I didn't have them in my top 10 to begin with, though. But to be honest, it just might be the Colts running away with the division at this point. It might be.
You know who I did have faith in? Spencer Rattler, and he kind of regressed today. He did not look good. 3 interceptions. He was 20 for 32. Alvin Kamara was non-existent whatsoever. It was finally good to see Chris Olave, though, have a good game. 2 touchdowns, 98 yards. But another DeAndre Swift game. This was a DeAndre Swift game. 19 carries, 124 yards, a touchdown. No touchdown throws for Caleb Williams. He did have that 1 interception early in the game, but outside of that, man, it was the DeAndre Swift, and the defense played well. They're 4-2.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler definitely had his worst game of the season. He had 3 interceptions on the day. Also took 4 sacks. Chris Olave balled, not for none. Chris Olave, didn't really do much, but 5 catches, 98 yards, 2 tutties. I understand it didn't really account to a win, but I think Chris Olave had a pretty good game. Only bright side, the running game wasn't there with Miller, Alvin Kamara, Caleb Williams. They did win the games, but was he impressive today? In my opinion, no. But they ended up winning the game. DeAndre Swift, though, he's coming along. I think he's proven us wrong, well, especially me wrong. I didn't think he was going to be that good this season. These past 2 weeks, though, he been looking like Rico Dowell. So, so give credit to DeAndre Swift. I think him and Ben Johnson definitely got the offense going. The wide receiver, another quiet game, back-to-back games from Warren Meduze, DJ Moore, only 43 yards. Give credit, they did win the game, but was it impressive? No. But did the defense look good? Yes. So I'll take that from the Chicago Bears. They're sitting right now 4-2. I'm not going to say I'm shocked by that, but they're sitting at 4-2, Dill, and they're live for the division halfway through the season. So we got to give credit where credit due. Shout out Ben Johnson. Shout out Caleb Williams. And not for nothing, shout out that defense.
Yeah, shout out the Cleveland Browns defense. I mean, 6 fucking points for Miami. Tua got benched. And to be honest, I don't even think this is a hot take anymore, but Mike McDaniel does not have long. He might be fired tomorrow.
I told you last week, just because expectations, I thought he would be the first coach to be fired this season because I had faith in Miami. Not a ton of faith, but I did believe they were going to win at least 6-7 games. That's looking like it's out the window. Tua has regressed a ton. No Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle, he might be on the
He might
trade
be
market.
traded.
Yeah, he might be traded. And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm Miami, I might be looking for a second round pick for him. So
To be honest, I would want out if I'm Jalen Waddle and Devon A-Chain. I'd want out. This team is trash.
well, if I'm Devon A-Chain, I might be looking for a major payday
from someone else. You don't want to stay there. I mean, Mike McDaniels is trash. I mean, 2 hoodies with sunglasses. And to be honest, I know I don't do the look, but the joggers, like the skinny joggers who are like not all the way down, they're not a good
Louis
looking
Vuitton on.
Yeah, and coaches who have that, Aaron Glenn, you wind up losing every game. That's a trend. So fade coaches like that, and that's my opinion. I think he's gone. Fucking, we saw Quinn Ewers in the game. That's when you know it was bad. Dylan Gabriel really didn't do anything, but he didn't turn the ball. It was a shitty weather game, and they ran the hell out of it with Quinshon Judkins. He had 3 touchdowns. He had that nice 46-yard touchdown as well. So it was a great game from them. And, we talk about the Panthers being a team at home to bet on. Cleveland Browns are another one of those teams. You want to bet on the Browns with a good defense outside. This screamed Cleveland Browns. I mean, -2.5. That should have been my lock. I mean, I got my lock right, but I'm just saying, like, Cleveland Browns was just, it was free money, I thought, because a weather game outside against a Miami team that is falling and can't get up. So
I'm gonna be honest, though. Anytime you say free money and the Cleveland Browns are in the same sentence, I'm gonna have to disagree. But it was definitely the right side. We got there with the -2.5. I'm pretty sure you laid the 2.5 as well with the Browns. What a stellar performance from Kevin Stefanski with the weather. I think he called a perfect game. Judkins is him. I'm gonna be honest though. He might be a top 10 running back already as a rookie. He's been having a phenomenal season. Definitely the past 4 weeks has been all time. So shout out Judkins, shout out to Cleveland Browns, and even shout out Dylan Gabriel for his first career win.
Drake May 4-0 on the road.
They all want to get too hyped now. I don't want to get too hyped. But a franchise record was made today for completion percentage. I could make the case. Drake May is a little more accurate than Tom Brady. I won't repeat that, but I can make the case.
21 for 23, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson finally had a good game. 18 carries for 88 yards. He got into the end zone. Kayshon Boutte had a nice touchdown. Austin Hooper had a nice touchdown as well. Stephon Diggs. And, he was questionable coming into this game. He wound up playing, had a good game, 7 catches, 69 yards. I didn't think, besides being not able to run the ball for Tennessee, I didn't think Cam Ward played all that bad. Outside of taking the 5 sacks, I didn't think he played all that bad, especially in the first half. Now his team is trash.
Yeah, besides the strip sack, we saw that dime he threw in the first half to give him a 10-3 lead against the Patriots. I'm going to be honest, I think that was a great throw by Cam Ward. Overall, I agree with you. I think, from a rookie against a really good team, I think the Patriots are a really good team. 25 to 34, 255, 1 tutty, one interception, 5 sacks. As a rookie, I think that's pretty damn good. If you ask me, that's pretty damn good with no running game. Like you said, Tony Pollard, 6 carries for 18 yards. Spears, 5 carries, 22 yards, only 39 combined. Drake May. Last week, I wasn't trying to get too hyped. The Tennessee Titans are a bad team, so I'm not trying to get too hyped again. But Drake May might be him. 21 for 23, 222, 2 tutties, 0 interceptions once again. And he also had 62 yards on the ground. Once again, people, I don't want to get too excited. I'm a Patriots fan, die hard. And I don't want to tell you Drake May is top 5, but he's playing like a top 5 quarterback. If you can't at least see that, you're blind. Drake May has been playing out of his mind these past 4 to 5 weeks. We're undefeated on the road this season. We're 5-2. And like I said, Drake May is playing out of his mind. Stephon Diggs is coming along. Rashawn Stevenson had one of his best games of the season so far. Boutte, Hollins, Hunter Henry, even my boy Austin Hooper got a touchdown. So the offense is thriving until don't look too fast. The defense is looking better and better week in and week out. Shout out Mike Vrabel. Shout out Drake May. Shout out my boy Robert Bob Kraft. The New England Patriots are 5-2. Dill, I'm feeling really good. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know who's really looking bad? And, I thought it was too many points. It wasn't enough points. The Oakland Raiders are garbage as well. They
Wait. I'm sorry, Dill. I'm sorry to cut you off. I need you to talk positive about my Patriots real quick. I need a
I
comment.
did.
I need multiple comments. Dill, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dill. I'm sorry to do this to you. But Drake May just set the all-time completion record.
I mean, I was kind of off of you when you said he was more accurate than the best player to ever touch a football. So
no, I didn't say he was. All I say
you said he was more. You can make the case.
Yeah, I didn't say he was.
I mean, this is his second year in the league.
Who has the franchise record for completion percentage for the New England Patriots?
It doesn't matter. It's Tom Brady.
No. Who has the record for the highest completion percentage in a game for the New England Patriots?
Drake May. He played the Tennessee Titans.
That's why I'm not taking too much of it, but Dill.
But you out here saying it.
The record is set. Is it a fact or is it a fact?
It's a fact. I just don't put too much into it.
Am I lying?
I just don't put too much into it.
Me either. That's why I said
you
I can
do.
Make the case. I said I can make the case.
If you didn't think too much about it, you wouldn't have said it.
He set the record, though. I gotta give credit where credit's due.
I gave him credit. I said he had a good game, but it's against the Titans. So
agree.
But yeah, no, I really think the Raiders, Jets, and Jaguars.
Nah, come on, not the Jags. You can say
Miami. No.
I'll give you Miami.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Jets, Jags, Miami, and the Raiders were probably the worst offensive performances today. I mean, Geno Smith got benched.
Yeah, no doubt.
Kenny Pickett came in the game. Alshon Gentry, I mean, he's starting to look like a bust. I mean,
he's on a bad team. Put him in Buffalo.
Now it matters that you're on a bad team. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Michael Mayer, trash. Raheem Morris, trash. Trey Tucker, trash.
Jacoby Myers was out.
Don't matter. He's trash too.
He might get traded.
Do you not make total yards this team had?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to guess because I just clicked on it. I'm going to guess total. It has to be bad. I'm going to say 147.
95. 434 total yards for the Chiefs compared to 95. 0 for 7 on third down.
I said it weeks ago, Dale. I want somebody to have faith on me the way Pete Carroll has on Geno Smith. I said it since week 3. Geno Smith deserves to be benched. He shouldn't be starting from the Oakland Raiders. He honestly robbed them. He robbed the Oakland Raiders. I forgot the contract he got, but he's being paid well. Geno Smith, if you start next week,
2 years, $75 million.
And he got him.
66 guaranteed.
And he got him. Shout out Geno. No, we're not slandering Geno Smith because he does.
No, he's garbage.
I'm not gonna say that. All I'm gonna say is,
would you take him?
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna say he's garbage. All I'm saying is, Geno Smith, you and your agent did a doozy on the Raiders, but I think it's time for you to see.
I can make the argument he's a bottom 5 quarterback. Not getting paid like one, but he's playing like a bottom 5 quarterback.
I can make a case he's playing like a bottom 3 quarterback.
Exactly. So, yeah, I took the 14 in my pocket. I needed 31 in my pocket. Your lock of the week, the Eagles on the money line. You could have laid the 2.5, kid. 28-22. Jalen Hurts 3 touchdowns, 19 for 23. He had a really good game. Outside of the sacks, again, Saquon, they need to get the running game going. I mean, when they get into the playoffs, they need to get the run game going. It was great to see Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown both go for over 100 yards. Devontae had 1 touchdown, that nice 79-yard long. And A.J. Brown, he went for 4 catches for 121 and 2 touchdowns. Great game. A little too close for comfort. I mean, If I told you Carson Wentz threw for over 300 yards and 2 picks, you would think they would have lost by more than 6 points, right?
Absolutely, Dale. And one thing I'm going to say, we saw J.J. McCarthy suited up on the sideline, Dale. Like I told you weeks ago, I think Carson Wentz is
I'm
going
gonna
to be
stop you because you stopped me with the Drake May. You gotta stop talking about JJ. The initial injury, Adam Schefter came out and said it's a 7 to 8 week injury. He's gonna miss the next 2 weeks. He was getting first team reps in practice this week.
Dale, was
He's
he
gonna be
suited?
out next week and probably the following week. They are going to reevaluate him. So the notion that he's getting benched, that
Dale,
he's not playing.
Was he suited today? Yes or no?
Yeah, but he's not playing. The intent was for him never to play, though.
I'm not sure about that, Dale. He was suited.
I'm going to believe Adam Schefter over you. Respectfully.
I would too. But all I'm going to say is he was in uniform. He was in pads on the sideline with a microphone on. I think Carson Wentz is clearly the better quarterback, Dale.
Not after today.
I'm going to be honest, Dale. I don't think Drake May would have. I mean, Drake May. I don't think JJ would throw for 300 yards on that defense. Let's just
He probably would have thrown for a touchdown, though.
I'm not sure about that.
I
think Carson Wentz played pretty well. Not for nothing. Besides the 2 interceptions early on, the fact that he threw for 300 yards on this defense gave him opportunity to win this game. I think Jordan Addison had himself a game over 128 yards. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards catching as well. Jalen Hurts had his best game of the season so far. 19 for 23, 3 tutties. That first touchdown to A.J. Brown, he just dropped it down the bucket after a little scramble. And I agree with you, Dale. I don't know what's up with Saquon. I'm going to say it's a little bit to do with Kellen Moore and that offensive play calling. I think they're missing Kellen Moore just a little bit. But their run game, Dale, Saquon Barkley averaged 2.4 yards a carry today. That's
terrible.
I don't think I ever seen Saquon that bad.
When have you seen this big of a drop off from going from over 2K last year to this?
Dale, I'm telling you, under 1250 and a half, looking real good for your boy. So I knew he was gonna regress this season. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think he was gonna repeat what he was able to do last season, especially without Kellen Moore. And so far, I'm looking like I'm proven right. But good win for Philadelphia. Was it that impressive overall? You know, to put into the pick 6 into consideration, you take that away, Dill. Hey, we might be having a different conversation. So shout out Carson Wentz. I think he played well enough to win the game. I honestly, he didn't get a touchdown, but he made plays, not for nothing. Jalen Hurts, best game throwing the ball, but that running game, it's a little concerning. The fact that you have arguably the best running back in football putting up 44 yards rushing and really hasn't had a monstrous day yet this season is a little concerning if I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah, it wasn't the most impressive win, but it was a much needed win, and they got it. You know, going on the road against a good defense. Brian Flores at one point was really dicing them up, and then they got a stop, and then they got a touchdown late in the game. So wasn't the most impressive, but to beat a Minnesota team, a good defense, an above average defense on the road, you get what you could get, and you get out of Minnesota with a win.
The main reason why I took the Eagles for the lock of the day is I didn't see. You would even admit, though, the Eagles are a good team, right? Yeah. I don't expect any good team to lose 3 straight, especially after a 10 days rest. I couldn't see that happen. That's why I picked the Eagles as the lock of the day.
Unless you're the Jets.
the Jets aren't a good team, though.
Yeah, that's
the Eagles. Fair. Yeah, I'm saying good team. Like, Colts, the Patriots, the Bills. I don't expect them to lose 2 straight and then coming off 10 days off to lose a 3rd straight game. I don't.
Yeah. Let's talk about the game that just ended in the 4:00 window in a shootout in Mile High. Denver 33, New York Giants 32. The Broncos are the first team in NFL history to score 33-plus points after being shut out through 3 quarters.
Wow, they scored 33 points in the 4th?
Yep. They were shut out all 3 quarters. They scored every single point in the 4th quarter.
You're absolutely right. Oh, my God. I'm going to be honest. This is a devastating loss for the New York Giants.
It's gut-wrenching. You got to win. You score a touchdown. I mean, after getting picked off, Jackson Dart.
You're up 19. I'm sorry. You're up 19-0 through 3 quarters. Your defense is playing phenomenal. Jackson Dart. No, Dill, they shut him out to 3 quarters on the road. That's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, but then you let up 33.
No, I know. I agree with you. But for 3 quarters, they did everything you could imagine. Jackson Dart, he didn't play. I'm gonna be honest, he played pretty well.
He played well enough to win the
Win the
game, I
game.
thought.
Yeah, exactly. He played well enough to win the game. Did he play well enough in the fourth quarter to win the game?
No.
Absolutely not. 15 for 33, 283, 3 tutties, 1 interception, four sacks. From a rookie, that's pretty damn impressive. I think Scam Catable could have had a better game. Jerome Tracy had that great 30-yard run, 31-yard run. Wandell Robinson had a good game. Both tight ends, Bellinger and Theo Johnson, showed up. But give credit for the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Bo Nix dropping back and passing the ball 50 times.
But they needed to. They were down 30.
No, they needed to. J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins ran the ball well. Bo Nix had 2 rushing, 2 in the air as well. 290, 279 overall. Shout out to Denver Broncos. They should have lost the game, but the fact that they showed up and scored 33 points in the fourth quarter, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Give credit to Sean Payne. Give credit to Bo Nix. Now, for now, a lot of Giants fans are going to feel salty today.
Oh, that's a game. It's a gut wrencher because you feel good off of that Thursday night game against Philly. You win at home, go on the road against a good defense, and you put that kind of performance up. You put 30 plus points on the road against a top 5 defense. It's not on the offense. Yeah, I think they could have ran the ball a little bit better, but I thought Jackson Dart, outside of that interception in the fourth quarter, he played well enough to win the game. That defense has to step up, and you make the argument, oh, well, they shut him, but they didn't finish the game. It's not how you start it, it's how you end the game. And Bo Nix threw for 279 yards, no interceptions. He didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball well with Bo Nix and JK. And I love the people wouldn't consider it like a 3-headed monster, but I like Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and Evan Ingram. I think that's a nice 3 bunch. I think they still need a legit number 1, but I thought Sean Payton called a nice fourth quarter, not 3 quarters, but fourth quarter. I thought he called a pretty good game. And I mean, the kicker, Jude McMadden or whatever, 2 miss extra points. That's the game. That's the game. 30 instead of forcing the Broncos to kick a field goal, you make them
to get a touchdown.
Got to get a touchdown. That's the game. So that was a tough one. If that's just tough. If you're a Giant fan, I feel for you. Honestly, that's tough. Let's go to LA. Dog of the week gets there, 38-24. The Indianapolis Colts are 6-1. Kid Justin Herbert is the first player in NFL history, regular and postseason, to have 35 plus completions, 420 plus passing yards, 3 plus passing touchdowns, 30 plus rushing yards, and still lose the game. This is not on Justin Herbert. Not on Justin Herbert at all. They could not fucking run the ball at all. Could not. And the defense. The defense is very questionable. They're still 4-3, but man, Shane Steichen has called himself a hell of a 7 games so far. Hell of a 7 games. Jonathan Taylor's out there balling, 3 touchdowns for 94 yards. Daniel Jones, 1 sack, did not turn the ball over. He redeemed himself after that average to below average game in SoFi. Follows it up with 288 through the air. Yeah, this team, I keep fading him, and I keep looking like a fool.
And I get there with my dog of the week. Shout out to Indianapolis Colts. I told you, not just you, I told the show, I was like, whoever wins this game, I'm going to take for real for the remainder of the season. And the Colts just proved that. Number 1 seed in the AFC, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, whatever you want to call him, is for real. Like you said, Shane Steichen deserves a lot of credit. Baker Mayfield has been playing his ass off with a lot of injuries. But Daniel Jones should be the favorite for the MVP right now. I'm not saying he is, but he should be the favorite right now. 6-1. Nobody, if they did, I would have told you they're smoking crack. Nobody in their mind would have thought the Indianapolis Colts would be 6-1 anytime in this season. They just went to Los Angeles and beat the San Diego Chargers, who I believe is a pretty good team. Still, the Colts are for real. Jonathan Taylor's playing as the best running back in football. and like I said, it's never a true number one for this team. Alex Pierce is solid. T.J. Warren, Tyler Warren, he's looking like one of the best tight ends in football as a rookie. Michael Pittman Jr., he's been there and done that. He's always been solid. And I like Adrian Mitchell. Besides him dropping that touchdown, though, I like him. I think they need to get him a little more involved. This team has pieces. Their defense is the middle of the pack. They're well enough to win this game. I'm shocked, though. I picked the Colts, but I didn't expect them to score 38 points on the road. I tell you that.
I didn't either.
So
I didn't
give
either.
credit where credit is due, because the Colts are 6-1. They're the number one seed in the AFC. They're looking down. Shout out the Colts. They're
looking up while everyone's looking down.
No, they're looking down while everybody's looking up at them.
Oh, okay, I get it. But you mentioned the MVP. I would push back a little bit. Yeah, he's playing really good, but deserves to be the favorite. That's a statement.
I think so. Still,
so he's playing better than Patrick Mahomes.
No, but he's 6-1.
It doesn't matter. It's not about that.
It comes time to the MVP, most of the MVPs in the league have the number one seed, Dill. Let's just be honest.
But it's an individual award.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Let's just be frank, Dill. If the Indianapolis Colts, I highly doubt it. If they happen to finish with the number one seed, Coach of the Year Shea Steichen, and the MVP is Daniel Jones. I'm sorry to break it to you. I highly doubt it.
They're not getting it. They're not going to get it.
I highly doubt they do, but if they finish the season the number one seed, I just named you the Coach of the Year and the MVP of the league.
That you think, but the market clearly doesn't think that, and I agree. I mean, I can name you a few quarterbacks he's not playing better than. Patrick Mahomes.
I never said he was playing better.
No, but that's what it is. That's what the MVP award is.
Yeah, and when the season comes to an end, I
guarantee you, if the Chiefs have a worse record,
Dill, I'm not. Dill, you gotta understand what I'm saying.
I do.
If you go back in history,
yeah,
the MVP award goes to the number one seeded quarterback majority of the time.
Yeah.
If the Colts happen to be the number one seed, Daniel Jones is your MVP. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
were the Bills the number one seed last year?
No.
And Josh Allen won.
All right, let's go back to the 10 years before that.
No, I'm just saying recent history has shown you that it's not always the case. No, I'm just saying that's the thing. Even if the Chiefs are the 2 or the 3 seed.
I know, but Dill, you want to go back. Let's do the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. I guarantee that 7 out of those 10 years, the number one seed quarterback won the MVP.
And that 2 to 3 year window that it's not the number one seeded quarterback is, if it happens to be the Colts, will be the case. They're not going to give Daniel Jones the MVP. Patrick Mahomes is playing better than him. You mentioned it, Baker Mayfield. We're going to see him on Monday. He's playing better. Your quarterback, Drake May, is playing better.
Absolutely.
Matthew Stafford is playing better.
I never said.
No, I'm saying that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying the number one seed usually tends to
usually,
win,
but it's not always. And that's the case now. So I just think it's he's playing phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. He's 8th in the MVP voting right now at 25-1, tied with Justin Herbert. I can make the argument Justin Herbert's playing better than him.
No,
his team is not playing. There's a big difference. But yeah, I could sit here and say Dak Prescott's
having an MVP season.
Everyone's having an MVP season. 21 for 30.
I'm going to say 5. I'm going to say Patty, Dak, Daniel Jones, Drake May, Baker Mayfield. And I think
Matthew Stafford.
But in my opinion, Baker Mayfield should be the favorite. But I'm going to be honest.
Right now, it's Patrick Mahomes at plus 150, Baker Mayfield at 3.
I ain't going to hold you back. Patrick Mahomes didn't have himself a day, but nobody could tell me Patrick Mahomes has been out playing Baker Mayfield. Come on now. I'm just telling you what the market says. I'm just telling you what I see.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
To me, Baker Mayfield should be plus whatever Patrick Mahomes.
So I'll tell you the top 5. Matthew Stafford's plus 150. Baker Mayfield second at plus 300. Josh Allen is third at plus 400. Drake May
Josh
is
Allen's still third. That's crazy.
Drake May is fourth at 11-1, and he's tied with Matthew Stafford at 11-1.
To me, Stafford and Drake May should be ahead of Josh Allen.
I agree with that. But he's the
it's
former
Josh
MVP.
Allen. It's Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen, just like how the market favored Lamar coming into the season. But Lamar's fallen off this year.
Not for nothing, though. If you check, I looked already. Ravens, as of right now, are the favorite to win the division.
We talked about this last episode. I agree with it because they have a favorable schedule coming up. And I think coming off the bye, I think he's going to play, and they're going to get a lot of their defenders back. So I agree, actually. But mentioning Dak, he balled out. I mean, it's unfortunate. Jaden Daniels does go out with an injury, and it didn't look good with the hamstring. Marcus Mariota wound up replacing him. So it looks like Jaden Daniels will probably be out of another week or so. I got to check when their bye is, but another team today that wasn't able to run the ball. Jerry Lane led the team in receiving yards with 60 catches or 60 receiving yards. They really weren't able to do anything. Javonte Williams finally had a good game, 19 carries for 166 yards. Welcome back, CeeDee Lamb. He had that huge 74-yard touchdown. Dallas is 500. I hate them, but they're 500.
I'm going to be honest, though. The Dak in that offense, they've been showing up every week. Their defense is questionable. No doubt about it. They're a bottom 10 defense. You can make the case they're a bottom 5 defense. But Dak Prescott this year, I think he still leads the league in passing yards. Honestly, after today, he should still be leading the leagues in passing yards. Only 1 sack, 3 tutties. Javonte Williams ran the ball tremendously today. 116 on the ground with a tutty. George Pickens, still. I know CD came back today and had that 74-yard touchdown. But George Pickens, still, has been having himself a great season. You know how you'd be like, oh, he's going to get paid? George Pickens is going to get paid this offseason. I'm not sure if Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are going to pay him. But George Pickens is definitely going to get paid, though. He's playing like a true number 1 receiver. He just has to mature a little bit on and off the field. With the Commanders on the opposite side, Jaden Daniels did leave the game early with an injury. But let's just be honest, people. The Commanders in that offense didn't look good. No. There's, no Debo, no Scary Terry. So I'm not going to be like, all right, the Commanders are this.
Krosky Merritt didn't look good either.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think it was just a tough game overall for the Washington Commanders with all the injuries they're dealing with. So I think the Cowboys executed a great game plan today. So give credit to the Cowboys. I know you hate them, that they're 500, but hey.
No, I don't hate that they're 500. I just hate the organization. I just hate the Cowboys.
What the Cowboys do to you? You're a Jets fan.
I know. I just don't like them. You know what I hate? Crazy. I hate how they're kind of like the Yankees organization, where no matter, you could go in the middle of Oklahoma and you'll find a few Yankee fans. Obviously, Oklahoma's close to Texas, so you could go up to the Pacific Northwest in Seattle and be like, "You're a Cowboys fan?"
Yeah. I understand that part.
It's annoying.
But in your lifetime, you was in diapers the last time the Cowboys won anything. I don't have no reason why you should be hating the Cowboys.
I despise a lot of organizations, honestly. What did I say about watching the postseason? I hate all the organizations in the postseason outside of Seattle. Seattle has done nothing to me, and Ken Griffey's one of my favorite players. So, and honestly, I have a lot of friends in the DMV. That's why I root for Ravens. I root for the Redskins sometimes, and I honestly thought this was a game they could have won. Dan Quinn revenge spot. He did not look good. He didn't call a good game either.
The defense looked bad,
and the defense actually looked pretty good for Dallas, which was surprising.
Without Trayvon Diggs.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. And then the last game on the 4:00 window, the Green Bay Packers, they win 27-23 on the road, and it looked good first half. I mean, 6 points in the first half. I didn't think Jordan Love played all that well, but Josh Jacobs didn't run the ball well, and I think this was a tight end game. I hit my prop of the week, Trey McBride, over 6.5 catches. Green Bay is last in the league in guarding tight ends. Trey McBride had himself a hell of a game. 10 catches, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went over his receptions. He went over his receiving yards. So at least I went 2 for 2. Teaser did not hit and dog didn't hit, but my prop of the week hit and my lock hit. So we're even. And they didn't really run the ball that well either. Bam Knight, Jacoby Brissett, but this is 2 straight games, I thought, from Jacoby Brissett. Even though they lost, there's a little fight in this Arizona team, and they do cover the spread.
Yeah, this is back-to-back weeks where Jacoby Brissett honestly could have led the Cardinals to a win. Another unimpressive win by the Packers, but it's a win, nothing less. They are 4-1-1, so you got to give credit.
The tie is crazy.
The tie is crazy to the Cowboys at that. So,
yeah.
Damn, you take that tie away though. This team will be 5-1, and I'm gonna be honest, I think we'll be feeling a little different from them. But they couldn't cover last week against Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals. Don't get me wrong, the Bengals did look tremendous on Thursday night.
It's Joe Flacco.
It's Joe Flacco.
Come
and
on.
then now you can make the case they couldn't cover against back-to-back backup quarterbacks. The Packers, they are 4-1. You got to give them credit. I'm pretty sure they might be the top of the NFC North with the 4-1-1 record.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but are they impressive? No. Do I have faith in them? Yes, but I have to see a little more both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Josh Jacobs has been tremendous. I think Jordan Love has to play a little better, and I think the defensive side has to be a little better. There's no reason why you couldn't cover against Joe Flacco and the Bengals, and then Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals back-to-back weeks. So give credit, they are 4-1, but back-to-back wins where they didn't look that impressive in my eyes.
I mean, if you look at the box score, Cardinals should have won this game. They outgained them total yards 330 to 262, more first downs 23 for 19, and time of possession 34 minutes to 25 minutes. If you look at the box score, you'd be like, oh, wow, the Arizona Cardinals got to win at home. No. Defense is not good either. And Kyler Murray, and what do you do if you're Kyler Murray? Because I would make the argument that Jacoby Brissett in 2 games, even though they lost, he outplayed the opposing quarterback.
Yeah, honestly, he did.
He did.
Absolutely. So shout out Jacoby Brissett.
He's worth every penny.
Yeah, he came in and has been balling. Not for nothing, he's been balling these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we'll see. They're 2-5, so they're really not doing anything in the West. They are sitting in I want to say last place. That division is stacked, the NFC West. LA 5-2, San Francisco's 4-2. We'll see what they do on Monday. Seattle, obviously, they play on Monday as well. They're 4-2. That's a stacked division, and it's unfortunate, but my Minnesota Vikings are in last place at 3-3. But that's another stacked division.
Who would have saw that?
Not me.
Your boy.
Bears 4-2. They're tied with Detroit at 4-2, and Green Bay's 4-1-1. So technically, the win percentage is better with the tie, but they play the Steelers on the road next. So we'll see. If Mike Tomlin is a dog, we back Steelers. If he's a favorite, we do not back the Steelers.
Put it this: we're not laying no points with the Packers.
No, not at all. But overall, kid, I thought it was a pretty good day. I hit on my lock. I hit on my prop of the week. Teaser, I tried to be cute. I should have taken the Packers, and we would have hit the teaser, but I took the Redskins thinking Debo and Terry McLaurin was going to play. I didn't expect Jaden Daniels to get hurt either, so we don't get there. And then the Jags, the dog was terrible. I'm sorry. The dog was terrible.
I liked your dog, though. I took the +3 with the Jaguars as well. They just honestly didn't show up, so.
Honestly, what dog won?
My Colts.
Yes.
Stop playing.
The Colts were the only dog to win. You nailed it.
And who saw that coming?
You.
Your boy.
Oh, and the Bengals, but that was Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday don't count. We took them +5.5 though.
We did.
Yeah. Already.
Honestly, you know what I was thinking? I was walking Elvis and I was like, I'm better on these like primetime games as opposed to week when we handicap the whole board, because there's so many games, and I dive like I handicap these games so differently. I feel like week in to week out, and then when I just have 1 or 2 games to focus on, I feel like I lock in and we crush the board. And then the whole week goes by, and I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I shouldn't change anything. And then I have a shit day like I did.
Yeah. But, I got there with my lock of the week. Eagles -1, I think 130 or -1.
Yeah, you put it at -130.
-130 on the money line. I got there with the dog of the week, the Indianapolis Colts plus 110. I did take Deebo Samuel over, but he ended
It
up
probably
being
would got voided though, right?
yeah, no, it got voided, so he ended up getting ruled out for the game. So I would have my other lean would have been George Pickens over. Didn't say that on the show, but that would have been my other prop for the week. He would have got there over, and then my teaser didn't get hit. I was confident in the Saints to tease them up to plus 10.5. They lose by 12, so it is what it is. I had the Packers, the Patriots, and the Saints. So we got there with the lock. We got there with the dog. We couldn't get there with the teaser. And then my player prop of the week, we did hit it on Thursday.
Yeah.
He was ruled out late Saturday.
So it's voided. So the streak continues till Monday. We'll see what we do.
Won what? 5 straight now.
Yeah, five straight going on to 6. So we'll see on Monday. We'll see in a little bit when we preview the doubleheader. But kid, I don't know if you got to watch any of these college games, but there was some madness. Number 2, Miami goes down at home. Someone told me Carson Beck was back. 4 interceptions. That NIL money, though, is nice.
Okay. Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Good for
shout
him.
Out Louisville.
Yeah, shout out Louisville. They do enter the top 25 off of that win. They are at number 25 now. So happy about that.
And number 25 goes down. Nebraska lose to Minnesota by a mile, Dill. Didn't know Yola.
I took them plus 8.5.
Dill, you faded. Right. You faded me. I told you OU minus 4.5.
I did. And
to
be honest, South Carolina did not look good. To be honest, I like their quarterback a lot, Lenore Sellers. I think he has a quarterback body, but man, that offensive line down in Columbia is terrible. They couldn't run the ball, and OU actually looked pretty good. So shout out you. I did not get there. You know who did though? Ohio State. 34-0, best team in the country. Indiana, Kurt Cignetti might be the best coach in the country right now. 38-13, they wind up winning 7-0. Mendoza, the quarterback, watch out, he might win the Heisman. He is so fucking good. Texas A&M, they had a shootout down in Arkansas against the Razorbacks. Razorbacks are 2-5. But, man, they're in some dog fights. There's a couple games where they could have won. A&M survives, so they wind up staying. I think they are ranked. Let's see. I'm looking at the new rankings. They are number 3. Indiana moves up to 2. Alabama's at 4. Georgia at 5. Oregon's at 6. Georgia Tech. Shout out Georgia Tech. They are 7th. They are in the top 10 at 7-0. Ole Miss, tough loss. Lane Kiffin. It was a tough one. Did you take Georgia or no?
Did I lay the number? No,
They did cover though.
No, I took Texas Tech. I laid the 7.5. Didn't get there with the 7.5.
No, they lose outright.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Dillingham. I don't know if you saw it, but Kenny Dillingham, the coach for Arizona State, he was in a scrum. I think they stormed the field after beating Texas Tech. He was just like, I can't talk to you right now. I want to go celebrate with the boys. So. He's a boy's boy. So shout out Kenny Dillingham. Alabama winds up beating Alabama. Vanderbilt, Diego Pavi is the real deal, man. I'm telling you, 31-24. They wind up beating number 10 LSU. Notre Dame wins a shootout at home. If Notre Dame winds up running the table, they're going to get into the playoff. It's that simple. And this was their biggest test to date for the remaining of the year. So, and then the Holy War. BYU plus 3.5. They win outright. That crowd was ridiculous in BYU. They wind up beating Utah 24-21. So overall, I had a pretty good day. I hit a couple teasers. I hit Vandy straight up. I hit Georgia Tech plus 3.5. We get there with BYU as well. So yeah, it was a really profitable day in college football. And for baseball, don't know if you were watching the game. We have game 6 tonight. We have
right now.
It's going on right now. Yeah, end of the first. So, but yeah, Dodgers.
We just saw
the greatest performance.
The greatest game by a single player and definitely in our lifetime.
Yeah.
10 Ks, 3 home runs. I think Shohei Ohtani just proved he might not just be the best player in baseball. He
Ever.
might be the greatest player of all time.
Ever. And we got to start respecting greatness. I was watching every time he hit a home run. I was like, my jaw was like down. I was like, oh my God, this man is fantastic. So,
And he's going out there again to pitch.
Ohtani, Elvis mentioned, a 3 home run game at the plate. He also had a scoreless outing with 10 Ks on the mound. No one else in MLB history has done both over the course of their entire career, whether in the regular season or postseason.
And he did it in the NLCS.
And he did it to close it out, to punch their ticket to the World Series. I'm convinced he's not from this country.
Yeah,
he's definitely not from this country. From this world.
That had to be the greatest single game performance in MLB history. Had to.
I was so happy I was watching the game because it was fantastic. And honestly, the Blue Jays blew game 5.
Yeah.
They were up 2-1 going into the 8th inning, and then the bats broke out. Kyle Raleigh hit the home run, and then Suarez hit the grand slam. I'm watching the game, and I'm saying, all the momentum is with Seattle right now. I said, if he hits this grand slam, the crowd's going crazy. 2 pitches later, hits a grand slam. Fucking Blue Jays, man. I have a ticket for them to reach the World Series, so they kind of blew it. It all comes down tonight. Seattle could punch their way to the World Series if they win in Toronto. It is top of the second, so we'll keep an eye on that throughout the show. But if Toronto winds up winning tonight, they do force a Game 7 Monday night. So we'll keep an eye out on that. But yeah, overall, kid, that was the weekend. Did I miss anything that you probably touched on or anything?
No, that's all.
All right, kid. Let's get into this doubleheader. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks are just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around with golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Monday Night Football. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Monday night doubleheader. I told you, I'll say this. I'm not a fan of the doubleheader, but I'm glad that they're doing this. I'm glad that they're spacing it out a little bit because one on top of the other, I don't like it. Where they did it last week, where one game starts at 7 and the other game starts at 7:30. I don't like that.
Yeah. They were on 10 o'clock starts, a little past my bedtime. Hopefully I'm able to watch a quarter, at least maybe the first half, but 10 o'clock is a little too late for me.
It is a little late. But all right, kid, let's get to it. We'll start in Detroit. Lions hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lions laying 6 here at home. Minus 250 on the money line, plus 230 for the Bucs. Total is 53.5. Kid, this seems like a lot of points for Baker.
To me, it's a little too many points for Baker. I understand, no Ibuka, no Chris Godwin, no Bucky Irving. Mike Evans, as of right now, is still questionable.
I think he will play, though.
Yeah, I think he's leaning towards playing, but as of right now, he's still questionable. There's a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball for the Tampa Bay Bucs. But like I said before, Baker Mayfield has been playing like the MVP of the year. He's been putting his team back constantly, Dill. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another great game by this big Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. So I'm gonna take the +6 with the Bucs on the road. Don't get me wrong, the Lions are due for a bounce back win. They lost, bad loss last week in Arrowhead. Now they're back at home. We know the crowd is gonna be rocking in Ford Field. But I think Tampa Bay Bucs, there's something special going on there, and I think they can make things close. Hopefully they could probably be live dogs still, but I'm gonna take the 6 points in my pocket.
Yeah, Bucs looking ahead towards their bye next week, and we've seen in recent history that this Buccaneers team played Detroit really well, and I feel like when the Lions can't run the ball, this offense just isn't the same. So I expect Todd Bowles to have a good game plan here. Really force him to throw the ball and force Jared Goff to beat you. And I think Mike Evans is back, which I think he could dominate this secondary. Brian Branch is out. They have a hurt secondary. And Baker is just on one right now. I think he's one of the best players in the league right now. I really like Baker, and I just think when he's on, and I don't think we could fade that. I think we got to take the Bucs here. They're top 5 against the run, and that's what they want to do. Dan Campbell wants to run the ball, but what does Todd Bowles do? Stop the run. I think we got to take the Bucs here. I think it's a little too many points. So yeah, I'm going to take the Bucs here +6 as well. Any opinion on the total? It does seem a little high though at 53.5.
I'll be honest though, I expect a shootout from both these teams. Don't get me wrong, I think the Lions, like I said, I think they bounce back, and Baker in that offense, no matter who's the wide receivers, they're gonna put up some points. So I kind of lean the over. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 34-30 game, something like that.
All right, and then let's go out to the Pacific Northwest where the Seattle Seahawks are hosting the Houston Texans. -3 for Seattle, -166 on the money line, +3 for the Texans, +155 on the money line. Total is at 41.5. I'll start this one, kid. Houston is off of their bye. Seattle looking ahead towards their bye. I thought this was a tough game to handicap because I do like Seattle. I think their defense is good, but they aren't good at home for whatever reason. The home and road splits are really telling. And all the Texans have to do, in my opinion, is stop JSN. And when you give D'Amico Ryans 2 weeks to prepare for this game, I think they might be able to. They have a great defense. I'm going to take the 3 in my pocket. I don't feel amazing about it, but I am leaning towards Texas here. If they could just stop JSN, I think they're the right side. I think they have the secondary to slow down JSN and maybe turn over Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's playing well, but I think this defense is good. They're not the best against the run, which I know what Seattle wants to do with Chardonnay and Kenneth Walker, but I'm going to take Seattle here. I know they have a good defense, which is why you see a low total, but I'm going to take the 3 points in my pocket.
Dale, I'm going the opposite side. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to lay the 3 at home. Dale, you are absolutely right. They have been a little questionable at home. They're undefeated on the road. For some reason, they have been playing better on the road than they have at home. But to be honest, who is this Houston, Texas team? Has they been good enough to take the +3 on the road? I don't know. They did win 2 straight against the Tennessee Titans, and we saw how bad the Baltimore Ravens has been. The offense did show off for back-to-back weeks, but prior to that, that offense was nowhere to be found. They struggled against I forgot who they played. The Rams struggled against the Rams. They struggled against. They struggled against multiple teams offensively, Dill. And Seattle is a good team. Defensively, I think they're able to get after the quarterback. I think they'll be able to force a turnover or 2 as well. Give me the Seattle Mariners, Dill, at home. Give me the 12, man. I'm gonna lay the 3 with McDonald at home. I expect them to take care of business. Don't get me wrong. I do like this Houston, Texas team, Dill, but they haven't showed up against a good team all season long. They lost to Jacksonville 10-17. They lost to Tampa 19-20, and then lost to the Rams opening day 9-14. Can that offense show up against a good team on the road? That's yet to be proven. Give me the Seattle Seahawks -3 at home.
All right. On opposite sides for that one, what is your best bet here for Monday night?
Best bet? I will have to go with Seattle, Dill. I don't know if laying the 3 might be the best bet. I think the money line is -166. It's too little juice, so I'm gonna say -3 Seattle.
I'm gonna go the other game. I'm gonna take the Bucs +6. I just think it's too many points with the way Baker Mayfield is playing. I think Todd Bowles is going to be able to stop the run, and I think they're going to make the Lions very one-dimensional here at home. I know they're dealing with a lot of injuries, but we saw them overcome it last week. Tomorrow will be no different, and they're getting Mike Evans, who I think he has a great matchup against a really hurt secondary. So love the over too. I think, like Elvis said, I do think we'll see some points in this matchup, but I'm going to take the Bucks here +6 as my best bet. And then our prop of the segment is brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets. On the web or in the Props.Cash app, you'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now, and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. All right, kid, let's make it 6 in a row. What is your prop of the week or prop for Monday night?
You're putting a little pressure on me for making it 6 in a row, Dill, but we're gonna go back to a player prop I think I hit just a couple weeks ago, Dill, or even last week. No Bucky Irving, no Chris Godwin, no Ibuka. Somebody's gonna have to catch the ball from Baker Mayfield, though. I'm gonna go back to the well. We hit the prop last week. Give me Rashad White over 20 and a half receiving yards at -115, Dill. He went over this mark last week. I think we got him at 24 and a half. I think he had 30. Wouldn't be surprised if he's somewhere around 30 again. He's the number one back, and even last week, Dill, I think he had 21 yards last week, and then the week prior he went for around 30. I expect them to be involved in the offense, running and catching the ball. Give me Rashad White over 20 and a half at -115.
I'm going to take JSN, even though I said, you know what, D'Amico Ryan, 2 weeks to prepare for him. All I need is one. 25 and a half longest reception for JSN. He's hit this in every single game this season. Going back to the well, you said you touched that prop last week or a few weeks ago. I hit JSN on Thursday night against Arizona. 40 game 1, 43 game 2, 45-yarder game 3, 36 against Arizona, 53 against Tampa. And then last week, he had that 61-yard bomb. He's gone over 25 and a half longest reception every single game. It's at -120. Love this matchup. And as good as the defense as Houston has, they are ranked 23rd in the league against wide receivers. And JSN is a top 10 receiver, arguably
top five.
So, yeah, I love this spot for JSN. He's a deep threat, and Sam Darnold is going to get him the ball. So, yeah, give me JSN, longest reception over 25 and a half yards. That's going to do it for Monday night, kid. Let's end it in the NBA. Opening night, are you excited? We're about 2 days away.
Yeah, Joe, it's going to be interesting to see this upcoming season. Am I excited about it? Yes. Do I think it's going to take a couple weeks for me to get dived in on the way? Absolutely. Most likely come mid-November, that's when I'll really be diving into the NBA. First couple of weeks, I gotta see the trend.
No, I agree. And we did have news that broke this morning. KD, he signed a 2-year extension with Houston for $90 million, which in total now 3 years on the contract with $145 million with the Rockets. He does have a player option in 2027, but the deal locks in that he'll probably retire in Houston, and he has surpassed LeBron James of all-time career earnings, most all-time in the NBA. So that's big. The only reason I mention it is just because the Rockets do play at the Thunder here, and we could go straight into game 1. Thunder are hosting the Houston Rockets, laying 7.5 here opening night, raising the banner, -300 for the Thunder. Total is 226.5. How are we betting here for game 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the reigning champs. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunders -7.5 on at home. Yeah. I usually tend to fade the team that's hanging up the banner, but this OKC team, they're on a different level. They honestly think they're special. Like I said a couple pods ago, I think they're live to repeat as back-to-back champs. I'm gonna lay the 7.5. You're looking around. I am high on the Rockets this year. I just feel like it's gonna take some time to get the team gelling. Give me the OKC Thunder and Band tonight. I'm gonna lay the 7.5 with them.
All right. And then the second game, we do have the Warriors taking on the Lakers at 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. Golden State road favorites -2, short favorites -134 on the money line, +114. Without LeBron, 224.5 is the total. What are you playing here, kid?
Yeah, give me the road team, Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna lay the 1.5 on the road. Without LeBron, I expect Luka to ball out, but I just think OKC on opening night. We saw how good they started last year. I just have a feeling the OKC, the Golden State Warriors are gonna start off hot. Once again, I think Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and company are gonna show up and show out. I think they take care of business. Game one in Los Angeles. Give me the Golden State -1.5 on the road, and also give me Steph Curry over 25.5 points. If Luka Doncic is going to be the main defender on Steph, take the over. Give me over 25.5 with Steph Curry.
One prop that I kind of was looking at was Buddy Hield. Over 2.5 rebounds. You could get that at -115. To end the season last year, he went over this in 8 straight games, averaging 4 rebounds per game. 2.5 seems a little low for a guy that's going to get a lot of playing time here in Golden State. Yeah, I feel like 2.5 is extremely low. So, yeah, I'll take Buddy Hield, and I do lean Golden State as well. Did not want to touch the first game. I just think it could be a shootout, honestly. So, I need to gain more data just like you before I start diving into the NBA. Kid, I'm doing my college basketball research. That starts in less than a month. So that's my forte. Yeah, I like college a little
and for
more.
the listeners out there, I will personally be giving y'all a ton of NBA plays daily on the pod, and then Dylan would constantly give y'all college plays. I don't dabble much in college. I do occasionally, but Dylan takes the helm when it comes to college. I take the helm when it comes to NBA.
Exactly.
We both give you that NFL sauce.
Exactly. And you do dive into when it gets to tournament, you dive into the tournament. It's fun.
I have to.
Yeah, it's fun.
I have to.
Yeah, the degenerate in you. But kid, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much. Good luck on all your plays. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.